Hello and welcome to another update video about DOT. DOT has performed quite well in the recent days and weeks. So we want to take a look at the chart again. It's one of the charts that on the daily time frame doesn't look great. Okay, it doesn't look great, but we can count the move down as three-wave move, which is, for example, different to what AVAX is doing. AVAX is a pretty clear five-wave move down. I mean, DOT as well, but the difference here is that I could either count the move up as 5 waves if I put the one here and then it's a diagonal, or I count 3 waves up and then A overshooting B, C wave down. So it's actually a corrective move down, which is, even though I have only 3 waves up, which is why I'm accepting here a bullish scenario on the chart. It's not a great long-term chart, though. We have to understand that, yeah. But also, you need to understand that on the move down, it pretty much reached here the 1.618 extension. Yes, it went down a little lower, but that's sort of the region where you would expect the C wave to finish. So we're back above that level anyway. So we want to consider an overall bullish scenario as long as support levels are holding. So we have 3 waves up. That's not great. That just doesn't make the chart. It makes the chart not as clearly bullish. That's the problem, okay? So hopefully you understand that. Not necessarily bearish, but also not clearly bullish. It's not a great, say it's not a great chart really on the daily time frame. But as long as the multi-hour trend is up, we are focusing on higher prices. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's say, okay, we're coming down in this C wave, and then it's a 5-wave move. And in this last wave down, this 5th wave, we basically turned around, or the DOT price turned around exactly where it needed to. And that was basically here around $3.60, which is long-term support, which was the 2020 support level. Okay, so let's go to the right-hand side again. And you can see that also from a wave count point of view, we definitely had enough waves to the downside to consider the move down complete, which I also highlighted to you. So we had enough waves down to consider the entire move down complete. Yeah, it can always extend lower, but we were watching for reversal from our white target area. Now let's go to the 1-hour chart. The move down completed also on the microstructure with enough waves. And then yesterday I updated here the microstructure for the move to the upside, because this was not very clear. I didn't like the way it looked. And I still don't really like the way it looks. Okay, so it's not clearly impulsive. I have an impulsive count, but it's just not something that I would call very reliable. Nevertheless, the price broke out up or to the upside of this corrective price channel. And this has bullish implications. So it just marks that there is a bit of a character change on this chart. So we had 5 waves down in this, we would call it ending diagonal pattern. And from here, after 5 waves down, we have a turnaround. And we now want to see if we can form a first 5-wave move up. So let me take that out, and then you see it maybe a little clearer. It's basically here. Those numbers in the circles are basically the relevant wave degree. We have a 1, we have a 2. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 3. Wave 4, and then again we're now watching for 5 waves up in wave 5. 1, 2, possibly complete. We could now be in a 3rd wave, then there should be a 4 and a 5. It could be that this 5th wave unfolds as an ending diagonal. So that's an explanation why we have a bit of overlapping price action. Today the price actually pushed higher, made a new high, but they should still push into the region around $5 to $5.50. Why is that? Well, we can take the length of waves 1 through 3. Then we go to the low of the wave 4, and it gives us a target range, basically a standard target range between $5, which is the 61.8 Fibonacci extension level, and the $5.50 level, which is the 100% Fibonacci extension level. So there's a key target range here that we're watching for wave 5 of 1. But it seems like that in this 5th wave, we've really only completed a wave 1, we've completed a wave 2, still watching for a 3rd wave to complete, then should get a 4 and a 5. If this wave 5 is an ending diagonal, then the subwave structures are basically corrective, which means that it would be a good explanation for why this move up here currently is getting so choppy, which means we have a bit of overlapping price action, because then the third wave here would just be an A, B, C structure. So it should get still one more high here in wave 3. And to give you an overview basically of the microstructure, we would have here an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And it could reach, as I said, the $5 level next, which is the 61.8 Fibonacci extension level, then the 78.6 Fib level at $5.25, then the 100% extension level at $5.55. So as long as we are holding this ascending trend line, the trend is basically up, okay? And we need to understand if this is an A-B setup, basically, which could launch a C wave of wave 3, then we need to understand that within this C wave, we would have 5 waves again as well, which I'm not labeling because it's just too micro. But we also need to understand that support for this B wave is basically down to the 78.6 retracement level, which means that this is basically the level that needs to hold for trend continuation higher, and it is the $4.55 level. From here, we can still focus on higher in a C wave. And then if we can also try to figure out, okay, what if B wave bottomed, what would be an ideal target for wave C? It's typically the 1-to-1 ratio, right? It's typically the 100% extension level. That can still change depending on how low we go. But that we talk about $5.14, which makes sense because that would be exactly in this overall target range that I already mentioned to you, which is basically between $5.02 and $5.50. That would still allow for a pullback in wave 4 and then another rally in wave 5 to go maybe even higher. So yeah, I think this is at the moment my update about DOT. I hope you will like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There's additional content every single day, like short-term market updates, posts about mindset, and a lot of stuff about Elliott Wave trading, technical analysis. And if you're interested in the channel membership, every Sunday we have a member live stream. We had one today. You can watch all the recordings. You get access to Discord and Telegram, as well as lots of educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.